Croissant Pub to the Planet of the Discounts PSN sale. I found some really cool games that I think you'll enjoy, and they'll save you a lot of money as well. So if you like the sound of that, then subscribe to the channel, and you can save a load of money in the future as well. You're welcome here anytime. This sale ends on the 12th of September, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is Battle Wake. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £6.24, which is pretty decent, especially for a VR game. This is a VR pirate ship combat simulator with move controller support, which makes it really cool to play. In this game, you get to pick one of 4 pirate lords in solo, co-op, and PvP VR ship combat. It features 13 real and fantastical ship weapons, and you get to earn gold to upgrade your ship and skill set. And it includes a load of VR comfort settings for new VR players as well, so it's pretty friendly for everyone. This is pretty much your only option if you like ship combat in VR, and it's a really good one, so you should definitely take a look at it if you're interested. Next up is an awesome game, Broforce. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the low price of £2.39, which is awesome. In this run and gun game, when evil threatens the world, it's time to call on the Broforce, an underfunded, overpowered paramilitary organization that deals exclusively in excessive force to save the day. It features 4-player offline and online multiplayer and co-op as well. Although I don't know how active that'll be anymore, you get a lot of cool options for you and friends to play. This game has maybe the best character list I've ever seen in a game. If you like old action movies or even some modern ones, you'll love this. There's rip-offs of Conan the Barbarian, Terminator, Robocop, Rambo, Neo, Blade, John McClane, and more. I mean seriously, you thought the Expendables had everyone? This game has everyone. If you're a fan of those old movies, you'll love this. It's a pretty straightforward run and gun action platformer, but hey, the theme's awesome, and it's very entertaining if you recognize all of these movies. Highly recommended for action fans. It's definitely unique, that's for sure, and you'll love it. And hey, if you've never played a run and gunner before, then this one's fun, and it's got so many characters that you'll get a lot of variety out of it. Although if you don't recognize them, it won't be as entertaining for you. But hey, at this price you might like it anyway, so why not check it out? We have a beat 'em up next, Cartoon Network Battle Crashers. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the low price of £3.19, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. In this beat 'em up, after Uncle Grandpa drives the UGRV through multiple dimensions, shard creatures start spawning everywhere, and now a host of Cartoon Network characters must band together to set things right again, and it even features 4-player local co-op as well. It's a bit disappointing there's no online multiplayer, because beat 'em ups kinda need that really, or I think they do anyway. But hey, if you've got kids, or you like a simple beat 'em up, why not take a look at it? It's a pretty big franchise and is at a pretty decent price. And hey, if you've never played a beat 'em up before, then you might want to check this out, but it doesn't have online multiplayer, and it's geared more towards kids. So if you didn't grow up in the era of these Cartoon Network franchises, you're probably better staying away to be honest, and picking up another beat 'em up in a different sale. So subscribe and you won't miss out when they do go on discount. Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour is our next game. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, but it's much older than that really, and is on at least an 80% discount for the price of £3.19 or £1.59 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for PS Plus members only, which makes it a dirt cheap price and a great deal for PS Plus members. This is an old school first person shooter all the way from 1996, and it's one of the world's most legendary first person shooters. It's historical, and this edition is fully remastered for PlayStation 4 and includes new content as well. It features a new episode, new weapon, the Incinerator, new high-fidelity re-recorded audio, and a new audio track from the original game composer. This game is basically the competitor to Doom, but with more fun and jokes. If you've ever thought, hey, what would Doom be like if it starred Arnold Schwarzenegger and had a ton of 1980s action film movie quotes in it, this is basically the game they made. So if you're on board with the old school graphics and gameplay, you'll get a lot out of this game if you've never played it before. And this is probably the best edition that's released so far. Nostalgia fans should take a look at this. Our next game is MotoGP 20. It was released in 2020, obviously, so it's 2 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £4.49, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. This bike racer promises improved career management, as you get to play an existing official team or a new one, customizing your bike and rider, playing as historical legendary riders, creating custom events for you or your friends, and you get to race in 13-player online multiplayer matches as well. So if you're a fan of MotoGP and you haven't played one in a while, or you don't own the newest one and you don't mind picking one up a couple of years old, then why not take a look at it? It's still a really good game at a good price. And if you've never played a bike racer before, then why not take a look at it? It's at a pretty good price, and you might just enjoy yourself, especially if you're a fan of other sorts of racing games. It might be worth a look for you. Next up, we have MXGP 2020, the official motocross video game, which was released in 2020, obviously, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £5.99, which is pretty decent. In this racing game, you get to challenge the official riders, bikes and teams from the 2020 MXGP and MX2 series, competing to become the new champion in both of the competitions. It features a career mode, team customization, training mode, new track editor, a waypoint race system, and new online experience as well. So you get a lot of cool features, and even some improved ones as well. It's nice to see some game franchises improving from year to year, and not just putting out the same old junk, like FIFA and Madden. They really should just be DLC packs at this point rather than full new games. Anyway, back to this game. If you're a big fan of the MXGP, then you definitely want to pick up this series. It's got all the official sponsors, so it's the only way you'll get to play the official content. So if you like these games and you really like the series and the sport, then this will be the game for you. Why not take a look? But if you haven't played one of these games before, or you're not that fussed on the MXGP license, then I'm not sure if I'd recommend this game. There are a lot of motocross games around, and you can get them way cheaper than this, especially if you look at the older ones, they get ridiculously cheap on sale. So if you're not keen on this one, you can always check them out instead. Take a look around. Next up is my star buy, Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on a 95% discount for the crazy low price of £3.49, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a ridiculously good price, as this edition includes 4 KS edition cars, some cosmetics, and a load of boosters as well. So it may not be the biggest amount of extra content, but hey, at this price, it's all a bonus. I ain't complaining. In this game, you get to hustle by day in legal races, while at night you get to race illegal street races as you compete to climb the ranks of the city street racing elite, while avoiding the elite police unit tasked with stamping out illegal street racing. So pretty standard for Need for Speed. Back in the day, these games were legendary, and I really enjoyed them, but then they went through a bit of a rough patch, although they're supposed to be pretty decent these days. So if you're like me and you remember the good old days, or you just like the idea of playing a street racing game, you should take a look at this. It's from a legendary series, and it looked pretty good. And hey, if you haven't played a Need for Speed game before, or a racing game, this is a decent place to start. It may not be the best game in the franchise, and the franchise may not be what it used to be, but there's still a lot of fun, and at this price you can't complain too much. If you're interested, why not take a look? This series isn't dead yet. Like I said, it's my star buy. Why not check it out? It's well worth the money. Up next, we have the Disney Afternoon Collection. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, but the games are much older than that really, and they're on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is pretty decent. And this collection even includes enhanced graphics, a museum full of behind-the-scenes content, plus new boss rush and time attack modes as well. So you're not just getting 4 full games, you're getting a load of extra content and some new modes as well, which makes a change because Disney have a reputation for really screwing up old franchises these days, so it's nice to see they used to have a soul and cared at some point. Good job Disney, you used to be great. These games are platformers, and it includes 6 classic NES games, DuckTales 1 and 2, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. All of these games are really good old school platformers, so if you're a fan of platformers, you'll really enjoy this, especially if you like the old school graphics, or classic Disney characters. And hey, if you've never played classic platformers before, then at this price, it's worth taking a look at, and they're really good quality ones as well, so you might want to check them out too. And the final game I have for you is WRC 9 Deluxe Edition FIA World Rally Championship. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £11.59, which is pretty good, especially as this deluxe edition includes the 1999 Toyota Corolla and the Barcelona Super Special stage as well, so you do get a bit of extra content for your money, which is cool. This rally game is full of official WRC content, and you get to race with the benchmark of realistic racing physics, with even more content than ever before. It features new rallies in Kenya, Japan, and New Zealand, plus custom club leagues and online 8-player multiplayer as well, which is a lot of extra content for this edition. It makes it really worth your while if you like these games. So if you're a fan of the WRC, or you really like rally games, you should definitely take a look at this. It's the official series, so you get all of the real content. Plus it seems like they've put a lot of effort into this version, adding a lot of extra locations and content, which is really good. So if you really like the sound of what I'm saying, definitely take a look at it. You'll really enjoy it. And hey, if you've never played a rally game before, then I don't think I'd recommend this game. It's really good, but you can get cheaper ones from other series, or even from the same series if you buy older ones as well, which are well worth the money at that price. So if you're not sure, or you don't mind playing the older ones, take a look around, you can find some really good deals. And on a side note, WRC 7 is also on sale for 85% discount for the price of £2.39, which is dirt cheap, so if you don't mind playing the older games, you might want to take a look at that one instead. And that's all of the games I have for the Planet of the Discounts PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. Anyway, I hope you found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.